Hey everybody, this is Rick from the podcast. Normally I start every show a certain way, and we're gonna kick it off different this time around because out of honor, love, and respect of the guys from 1870 Haunt Manor, I just want to acknowledge everyone who got involved in this project. You know, front and backstage, from the actors, the builders, people like my girlfriend Krista who came and painted, in their spare time, and everyone who sacrificed to build this amazing haunt and brought not only the family together but the community together in a strange time. So I just want to acknowledge that, and this episode is dedicated to everyone who did their part last year to bring someone's imagination to life, and I'm very proud of you. So I love you guys. Thank you for supporting the podcast, and I hope you enjoy this next episode. So check it out. Take care.
Past the creaky metal gates, through the fog-enveloped graveyard, you find yourself on the rickety old porch of a long-forgotten home. Beyond the threshold sits a man obsessed, a tortured soul, cursed to discover all about the Southern California haunt community and beyond. You have now entered the domain of the Creepcast with Rick Creeper.
What's going on, everybody? This is the Creepcast hosted by Rick Creeper 11. I got to do something about that intro. I'm kind of over it. I'm not really feeling it. But anyways, we're back at it, episode 17. I'm excited for this one. We're here with the cast and crew of 1870 Haunt Manor from Anaheim, California. Give it up. There we go. All right, so let's do a round robin. Introduce everyone. Man to my left.
Yo, this is Jeff, also known as Creep X Cosplay on Instagram. Also, you can find it on Instagram as the same name, Creep X Cosplay.
And what was your role at 1870 Haunt Manor?
I guess you could call me the creepy Axeman. I guess you could call me.
I called him Mr. Bigelow. I don't know.
Mr. Bigelow was his favorite.
I always heard kids call you the Axe Guy.
Yeah, the Axe Guy.
The Axe Man.
The Axe Man.
The Axe Guy.
I thought they said Ass Man a couple of times.
The Ass Man. That's right.
I'm all like, check out that ass. I was like,
Well, I mean,
got me bussing.
we can talk about that later.
we can talk about that later, okay? Now, the man in front of me.
Nick Chernock, and my Instagram is the Spookman or Nick_Chernock, and I'm just starting out as a haunt actor. I worked at 1870 last year, and then this past year was my second year, and I'm looking forward to again this upcoming year.
Cool. And Nick was the resident slider at 1870. He was the monkey man jumping around everywhere. I think one night you drank like 3 Bang energy drinks.
I think he was loaded up. Those
I drank 3 Monsters, I think a Mountain Dew, and I just chugged water the rest of the night.
Yeah, Nick was the slider that was everywhere. He literally was up the second floor, and he jumped out the window and did like a 380 spin on the street and then scared people with the thunder gun.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like we should have a disclaimer, like not to drink that much though.
Yeah.
he was so jacked up one night. Jesus, what's he on? I was like, oh my god.
I didn't even go to sleep that night.
That was a fun night.
Like at all.
That was a fun night for certain reasons. Okay. Now the man to my right.
How's it going? I'm Mike Fernandez, facilitator and builder from 1870 Haunt Manor.
I can't even say that word.
It's a big word.
I came up with creative designer and engineer, but facilitator. Nice.
Well, yeah.
So you're just the big boss man.
Yeah, you do everything from promo to build to paint to design. And just you do it all. Man of many hats.
Honestly, I think that's all haunters. That's all haunters hats.
True.
You
I mean,
have to.
you do a little bit of everything. And then myself, I played. Nobody wants to know about Stiff Grave Digger Joe. It's like
Yes, they do.
Frankenstein. I can't even move on my back. I'm all. I'm really grunting because I'm in pain that night. My Jesus. Anyways.
By the way, everybody, that's real grunts and real pain.
Yeah, that's real pain from working in old age. That's what it is. Jeez. I'm like, I'm actually a monster in real life. So yeah. How we doing, boys? How's everyone doing?
Good. Doing good.
Good. We're getting eager for everything.
Eager for
coming up. Even though it's only May coming up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
halfway there.
For the haunt community here in Southern California, everyone starts gearing up like late spring, early summer. The next you know, there's parks. The parks are doing their announcements. The haunts are doing their announcements. You can buy tickets everywhere, and pre-order this, and you see maps and so forth, and everyone starts teasing her everything. So it's just, you get that haunt fever. I think everyone's anticipating because, you know, nobody,
There was
here.
nothing last
Yeah.
year.
It's here. It's
Yeah.
here.
And Knott's is what they're already saying that they're already releasing the season passes.
Yeah,
you got
add-on.
Horror Nights already saying they're gonna bring back the tram.
that's crazy. I'm
Crazy
just,
stuff going on.
nobody wants a repeat from last year. That was some bullshit. So, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was looking forward to this. I was like, you know, we gotta bring the family on. We gotta bring on 1870 and talk about it from origins to present day. So I was gonna cut to the chase. And Michael, what's the background or storyline behind 1870? Like, what was the inspiration for your very first year to do it? Like, what's the loose like kind of storyline that you used to create the actual theme for 1870 Haunt Manor?
Well, let's swing all the way back to, what's the first year you worked Scary Place?
The first year I worked Scary Place for Interesting Point Productions, where I met Jeff, was 2018.
Right. So I think it all stemmed from there, because at that point I was just the general, you know, I would go to Scary Farm with my friend and stuff like that. But as far as the actual, you know, haunting, that didn't start till you would bring home these stories from Scary Place, and it was just like the stories you would tell, you know, me and my uncle and stuff like that. That was insane. Like that really was the spark right there.
You think that's what piqued your interest to look into the more of the haunt side and less of the fan side, or like?
Well, I think it piqued more interest in the fan side.
Okay.
And then it was like more Scary Farm. You know, I got more interested in it, and then it was like, you know, Ghost Town. Just that's still my favorite. And then from there, just like, dang, I want to be a scare actor, right? So I bought the pads, I bought the gloves.
I remember going to a couple slider practices with you.
Yep. Yeah, we buy all the equipment to slide, and you know, we look up to Decayed Brigade and stuff like that. You know, which they're really cool. And then it goes from there. You know, I was looking for places to scare. You know, a good example, Bill from Whole House.
I remember that. Bill's like, no.
I was a freshman. I think I reached out to him because he was like the home haunt closest to me at the time. I was like, look, dude, you know, I'm a really cheesy scare actor, and I have a really cheesy costume. Can you let me scare? And he was like, kindly said like, no, dude.
I think the reason why Bill rejected you because you weren't wearing like Vans and a flannel.
That was it right there.
All his monsters. That's like a prereq for his monsters. It's like Vans and flannel, and you gotta be like, it's rad. I'm telling you. That's like, you know, that's what Bill says. You know.
Yep.
I'm just giving Bill a hard time. He's like a brother. So
Yeah. So I think that's where it stemmed from, was really, you know, you scaring at Scary Place, and then the stories, and then it went from there. And then once I was, you know, rejected by many people or many home haunts, I was like, you know, I'm gonna start my own, and that's how it got started.
that's where actually I met Jeff. Jeff was you were kind of like the maintenance guy in the Phobias maze down in the first floor of Scary Place in 2018.
Yeah, it was that was my main role. I played a couple of the different things in the Phobias maze. I switched off between that maintenance guy
And the Elvis.
and then I did that Elvis.
He wouldn't break character as Elvis.
Would
He
not
would have
break
like a
character.
stogie and like a flask and the rings. I'm like, what's going on, dude? And he's like, hey, baby, hey. And he was doing, I can't do Elvis's voice.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you know we're backstage, right? It was
That's
like,
so funny.
he's like, was men say only fools? I'm just kidding, you know.
The thing about that is I started off doing a real Elvis, and just people wouldn't play along with it. So I just started being a real sleaze bag with it.
You're right.
Just a real sleaze bag. Just, hey, just real.
He would wear the glasses backstage. Well, you know it's nighttime, right, dude? And he's like,
Couldn't see.
he was singing Hound Dog. I don't know. I'm just kidding. It was
Every piece of gold jewelry I had was on me. A real stogie in my mouth. A flask full. Just
And
full on.
how did Elvis tie into your maze?
it was a chapel, remember?
It was the first room. It was supposed to be like the fear of getting married, and I would actually marry people in the room.
Oh, right on. Okay.
And some people just blow through that room, and I'm like, hey, come back, and they're like, just blow through, like just not pay attention.
He was throwing out like the karate kicks and chops like Elvis did, and people just ran past him. He was like, nah, I'm just kidding.
And I could never listen to that Elvis I could never listen to that song ever again.
Do you like
because of
Elvis? Listen
that.
to
Yeah, I do. I love Elvis, but I could never listen to that song again because I heard it so many times.
Same with us. After like the fourth week, I can never listen to Rob Zombie again.
Dragula.
Dragula. Every time I saw Sinister Jeff, you know, the owner proprietor proprietor of Cinder Sport. I wanted to punch him in the face. Hey, come here, boss. I wanted to punch you, motherfuckers.
You ruined Rob Zombie for me.
It's just Dragula and Living Dead Girl. I hear it on the radio. I'm like, nope. Turn that shit off. Like,
Everybody on the second floor of Scary Place, you just ruined Rob Zombie now.
just to this day, someone plays Rob Zombie, and I'm gonna punch him in the face or throw him out the window. It's like,
I mean, we're the same way with
Yeah.
with you belong.
you to this day I hum that at work. It makes me want to like hit someone with a wrench or something. It's like,
You know what though? That song gets my creative juices flowing. I have to admit, I play that song when I'm in the mood to create some stuff or some ideas and stuff like that.
That's funny you mentioned that. So what were some of the concepts or themes that inspired you to build 1870? Like what did you look at as far as a template maybe loosely got inspired by?
I love the Haunted Mansion growing up as a kid. Well,
Okay.
because my dad used to work attractions, and he used to work at the Haunted Mansion. So I kind of grew up going, front of the line passes, and just every weekend going to Disneyland, and Haunted Mansion was always one of my favorites.
Definitely intricate details. Like there's the smallest little things that you'll overlook sometimes. And
Right. I think there's something new that you realize about the mansion every time you go. Honestly, it's that there's a lot of history in it as far as how they made it and how they designed it.
there's a crazy like history or just like a storyline that it ties, and it's more so portrayed, I think, at Disney World and then the Disneyland in France, I believe, in Japan, where Tom Sawyer ties into Pirates of the Caribbean and ties into the Haunted Mansion.
Oh, okay.
Like some pirate named Lafitte. Like there's this whole background story that plays out. So, so definitely the Haunted Mansion. Anything else as far as like music or inspiration? You know.
No, honestly, I really just started from the Haunted Mansion, and that's just like the overall manor type theme is like super vague. So I figured that would be just easy to start out with.
Okay.
And just kind of grew from there.
And you, Nick, both started doing sliding practice together, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, can I tell the story how I met him?
Yeah, sure.
So we're both in. We go to the same high school, Esperanza High School in Anaheim, and we are in the same JROTC program. And I believe I was a sophomore, and
You were a sophomore, I was a freshman.
Yeah, you were a little freshman. I remember, straight out of middle school, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude,
And
I was tiny.
I was explaining to one of our instructors, our sergeant, how I was like getting to this Halloween thing, and he's like, "Oh, really? I think you have another fellow cadet who's into that too." I was like, "No shit, really?" I was like, "I hate him because I'm competitive." So I'm like, I already hate him. So I was like, I need to figure out who this is. And he's like, Chernock. So I think that you're in the next class over.
Yeah,
It was like second period or whatever.
You caught me in the pod during like snack one time, and you're
Yeah.
like, "Hey, are you Chernock?" Yeah. And I just look up because I was like, I don't know, like
Yeah.
5'4", and you're
Yeah,
what 6'2"?
Yeah,
Right now?
I wasn't this tall at that time, but yeah, you were small. You were straight out of
I was just like, oh shit, what do you want?
yeah. So that's how I met him, and then we just kind of went from there.
And you guys got into practice together from that
Yeah, I
point?
brought
Yeah,
my
pretty
cousin
much.
Parker, my cousin Matthew, and then we just kind of brought our stuff. Jack at one point,
Oh, that's right.
and then we're sliding. It was so hot that day.
It was hot. I remember our hands would
Burn.
It was
Yeah.
so hot. Like if your elbows would scrape to the concrete, it hurt.
Oh yeah, like a little part of your skin would touch the ground.
Yeah.
That hot, huh?
Yeah.
Were you guys practicing at Esperanza High School? You guys went, or did you go to the sport complex where all the sliders go in Garden Grove?
Did we go to Chapman or were we?
We went
at
to
Spark?
Chapman.
We went to Chapman.
It was Chapman. I
Okay.
forgot the name for a second.
Yeah.
But-
We went a couple times, huh?
We went, I think,
Two or three times.
two or three times.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the polished hockey rink is so good for
Yeah.
sliding.
That's what I heard. Like I guess some of the guys who were there for hockey were like, "Hey, get these sliders out of
Yeah,
here." It's
yeah.
like-
Yeah. Like
Okay.
the ground there is so jacked up from all the sliders. Like
Right.
there's no hockey lines
And
anymore.
it's funny. The thing about that place, if you're a normal bystander just walking your kid at the park and you see these people like flying on the ground, like just what is it like just falling and sliding
Just-
on the ground? It's such a weird thing to see.
Yeah.
Like if you're not aware.
If you're not aware of that world,
Yeah.
you're like,
You're like,
that kid just ate shit. It's,
Yeah.
like,
Exactly. Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So
It's
yeah,
a mommy. He just
yeah,
busted his ass. It's like,
right.
I hate my life.
There's like
we're gonna talk about that clown. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's like one time some guy came up to me, he's like, "That was so sick how you just ate shit. Like, how'd you do that spin but still fall and look cool?" I was just,
Yeah.
I'm a slider at a haunt. Boo.
Yeah.
And then he just like gave me this weird ass look, like, what the hell? And then just walked away with his kid.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, to the normal person has no idea this world exists. Or like,
No.
like to us, we hear the in the screamer. Oh, where'd that come from?
Yeah.
And to someone normal, are like, what the hell? That dude just ate shit. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
We were eating dinner, me and Michael, at the Ghost Town Grill right there in Fog Alley.
Yeah.
And this was
awesome place.
that was 20. What year was that? 2019.
19. Yeah.
And opening day, and we're sitting there, and they're like, oh, where do you guys want to sit, outside or inside? We're outside, and we're sitting there trying to eat. And every time we try to take a bite or something, we're like, we're all, who was that? Dude, oh shit!
Yeah.
We're like, or you see sparks or hear the thunder jugs.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, that was so cool. And the fact that the fog's rolling over into like the patio.
Yeah.
And I was ready to someone to jump out of those hedges right there, scared the shit out of us. But
Couldn't even see your fries. It was so foggy.
yeah, it was good. I don't know what I ate, but it was good. I mean,
It's like a car dude when he hears like a car go by.
yeah.
What car was that? What car was that?
That's me at the gas station. That dude's revving on me. I'm like, mother effer. It's like, when did you decide to stop sliding? When did you transition from sliding to actually wanting to build your own haunt? Are you guys together? Because Nick, you helped out as well from the beginning, right?
Yeah. I think because I've always wanted to be a slider because my cousin, he was like always sliding as like a Halloween costume because he always went to Not Scary Farm, and then I kind of caught on, and then I was doing sports and like I was really active, so this was like right on my playing field because I don't like scaring without some sort of tool.
Okay.
I just kind of find it a little boring.
Right.
So like I use both sliding gear and a thunder jug to really like expand like my arsenal kind of.
Okay.
But since I'm like such a fit person, I'm able to just constantly do it and I love it. And then I would help Mike out and his little brother.
Yeah.
And then I think once Mike kind of got more serious into it, he kind of focused more on to building and then actually creating stuff.
So you got to that point, Michael, where you realized you're like, I'm going to focus less on scare acting, which you did really good at the Christmas event, and then more on building the design.
Don't remind anyone about that.
Hey, I missed that tinsel vest, man.
The top hat. He's like, hello. It's like he was like Charles Dickens or something. I was like, I loved it.
But to answer your question, yeah, I really stopped sliding once it was like building and designing and concept creation like really took over. That was more my focus at that point.
More your focus at the time.
And it was like I was getting up, and I know there's sliders who are big people too, but like I'm not the lightest, so like I knew if I kept sliding I'm gonna like screw up my knees, so that's kind of why too.
Yeah, if I try to slide, I'm gonna crack the pavement and never get up. So
Crack the pavement.
that's not gonna happen.
You would never catch me sliding.
Yeah, man. I know my role. I'm stiff. I'm stiff as a board. I know my role.
Bro, I remember my first year sliding, I would always just drop to my knees rather than like running at like an angle. I'd always just drop to my knees and try and slide that way. But like after every slide, I'd blow them out.
Yeah.
It hurt so bad.
And we all started off on the what did we start off on? It was really cheap pads.
Like
The
Protec.
Yeah,
or,
the Protex. Yeah.
Or
and then I moved up to
180 pads or something like that.
The 187s. Yeah.
Can you imagine how, like when they first started doing the sliding at Knott's, how they used to do like the baseball slides?
On volleyball knee pads too.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
Jeans
how
and
messed up
duct
their
tape.
knees?
Oh, dude.
The cans on the hands.
Oh, dude, they were
Oh,
sliding
man.
like on Campbell soup cans.
Yeah,
Back
man,
in
can
the
you
day.
imagine that?
Cans on hands.
Dude, I can't imagine
That
it's
is
just sliding in jeans.
dedication.
That is dedication right there.
I mean, the baseball slide is more safer than just going straight to your knees.
Yeah.
Because baseball slide, it's kind of like your entire leg and shoes and all that, and like your hip. But like regular sliding nowadays, it's just toes, knees, and hands are like the only contact points you have.
That's insane. You guys are just so agile. You could just pop up like nowhere. I was like, I gotta like, oh, when I'm bending down to pick something, I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. I'm like,
But I'll definitely give it to or I'll just say it. I was definitely more fit when I was sliding. That took a lot of like agility and just a lot. You need strength everywhere in your body to do that.
I mean, everyone's designed to do something different. Like obviously,
Yeah.
I'm not very agile, and so I'm more of like a hulky monster, and then I like to talk trash. And then Jeff's got banter too, and it's like Nick, he could pop out of nowhere and then hit someone, and it's like, I
Yeah.
can't. Everyone's designed to do something different, so it's like,
and that's why I love our team is because you have one of everything. It's sprinkled talent everywhere.
Yeah, the diversity is so spot on.
I know how to make a real laugh sound like it's a monster laugh. Like if I'm really laughing, I'm like, oh, so let me cover that up with a monster voice. That's like, So this is for everyone here. Tell me, and I'm going to start from Jeff and work my way down. Tell me about your first experience with Midsummer Scream.
My first experience with Midsummer Scream. Oh man.
Did you cosplay at all?
My first experience? No, it wasn't. I didn't cosplay on my first experience.
Okay.
My first experience was just as a just as a show goer. I believe in maybe 2017, maybe.
Okay.
So I don't think I was. You know when the first year they started doing it?
I don't correct me if I'm wrong. 2016, I believe, or 17.
Yeah, I don't believe I started going the first year they did it.
I went the second year, I believe.
But yeah, I think it was 2017, and I just remember I was like, whoa, this is crazy. You know, because I go to like gun shows and stuff, and I remember thinking like, man, this is like a gun show but for haunt stuff.
Right? It was just crazy. It blew my mind.
Yeah, and just seeing all the vendors, and then I saw the cosplayers too, and I was thinking, oh man, you can actually go and cosplay here. So then the second year is when I started cosplaying, and then I think the second year that I went, I did my Swamp Witch cosplay.
That's right. I remember that.
And that's when I got noticed and picked up to do that TV show costume contest.
When they did it at Hollywood Forever, right?
I had Hollywood Forever.
That was a screening of Hocus Pocus, wasn't it?
Yep.
I remember that you came out on TV for that. I remember
the Hocus Pocus anniversary. Yeah, but that was my first experience. Was amazing, just as a show goer. Mm-hmm. And it was just like, it was kind of like shell shock, you know, or like just
definitely sensory overload.
Oh yeah. And then and just seeing all the vendors, it's like you feel like you're never gonna see everything. And one day I hope to make it to like Trans World and everything, you know.
The way I understand Trans World works, you have to register as like a haunter, like I worked at 17 Door or Hayride.
I believe you have to be in the deep industry to go to the show. You have
And then once you get a membership, it's like,
I think
yeah.
Right.
What about you, Nick? You
I've actually never been.
Get the hell out of here.
I know. I know.
No, I had no idea. No, it's just well, you definitely have to go when
Yeah, I've always wanted to go, but like my parents are just like, no. You could just work at the haunt that you work at, or go to Scary Farm. Pick one.
That's it. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we gotta take it this year.
But I'm pretty sure this year they might let me go, since they know how much this haunt is growing.
Yeah.
How deep I'm getting into this industry.
This world, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's season screening, so we could definitely do that. So that's gonna happen in December. So yeah.
Mr. Elf is coming back.
Oh yeah, yes.
He's coming back.
Some other people too. Yeah, they're both coming back.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Michael? What first experience in Midsummer Scream?
Well, it's a little embarrassing to say the least, but sorry. I believe it was 2018. I went my first time.
Was it 2018?
Yeah, it was 2019.
2019.
Okay. You were working for Sinister Point.
The Ready or Not experience. Yeah.
So I went the Saturday with my mom, I think, just to check it out, and it was awesome. And then I went the next Sunday or the day after, and I cosplayed. And to say the least, my costume was the pants were a little too tight around the crotch area. Say that. My shirt was like from some vendor I got at Haunt X. Remember that shirt?
Yeah, I think it was the one vendor. I forget the name of the vendor. Yeah, but I remember the shirt.
Yeah, and then I got like a cheesy mask from like Party City.
Tell us about that mask. I love the wig on that mask.
That mask is OG. That's what started it all right there. That mask I got at was Halloween Depot? No,
Halloween Club.
Halloween Club. No. It was Spirit. I got it at Spirit. It had a huge like gray ugly wig on it. It was like super thin latex. It was like your face would just like swamp in there. Like you would gather like a freaking picture.
The wig was like a glittery, like
gray.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
It was like a wig you would see like a cheesy Mexican clown, like at a carnival from the 80s.
Yeah.
I can say that because I'm Mexican, so but I was like, it was like it looked like a wig, like if you were trying to be like a punk rocker from the 80s, and you bought a wig like at Spencer's gift shop. No one's gonna get that reference. Yeah, it was like I told him, dude, you need to take that wig off and just glue anything on there. But it was like short, kind of spiky, and it had glitter.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I was like, is that supposed to be like a skeleton from the future? I was like, what?
Yeah.
Hey, but you know what? Respect, because you had the courage to put something on and go.
Dude.
A lot of people, they want to cosplay, but they're too scared to do it. And they just don't.
Yeah. And then, honestly, that's a good point, because, like, it took a lot for me to, like, put on the most, like, cheesiest costume and just, like, walk out into the street, like in the public, like before you get to the actual convention.
Yep.
And, like people are like staring at you like at the crosswalk, and I'm just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna go try this out, you know. So I would like go to the Hall of Shadows, and that's where I really like fell in love with like the haunt community, because my costume was cheesy, but no one said that, you know. No one's like, people are like, just people
check out
loved
that dude's
it, you know?
wig.
It's
like,
all love, man.
Yeah,
It's all
so
love.
yeah.
And I think I could even up you. I'm not trying to, but with an embarrassing story. I think it was maybe Monster Palooza with my Swamp Witch costume. Someone actually showed up wearing the same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
It's like, you know, you show up to the party and it's the girls wearing the same dress.
That's
You better take that shit off.
Because the mask that I wear, it's from my boy in Florida, Von Jekyll Art.
okay.
Right, and I had custom ordered that from him, and he sells it too, I guess, you know.
Okay.
And the guy who had the same costume had the same mask from him.
Oh my gosh.
And you know, my costume just, you know, it's just a black robe, and I have like a custom, you know, a staff that I made from a tree branch with a lantern and all this stuff.
Right.
And his staff was a little different, but it's just a black robe, and I'm like. I saw this dude walking past me, and I'm like,
I would have whooped his ass with a staff. Get your ass out of here.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's funny. What was Jeff? Prior to like working Sinister Point, or like 1870 and all the cosplay, did you have any previous experience?
Just amateur stuff, like at my own house and stuff.
Okay. Because you get pretty good. I got to learn how to do costuming and distress, and you get pretty intricate with your costumes. I noticed that.
The thing about me is I'm like a jack of all amateur trades.
Well, at least you're being honest.
I'm an amateur at everything and a professional at nothing.
Right.
So I can stitch a little bit. I can, you know, weld a little bit, but I you know, whatever.
Pause right there, because I don't know any male nowadays who can sew.
So yeah,
I can.
Props to you, dude.
Even Nick's costume, I was like, damn, he looks like he's on Ghost Town streets. I'm over here in a Walmart bought, you know, coveralls and one of my Dixon flannels tucked in. And I was just like, Nick, I was like, dude, you guys look legit. You hide up here in the dark. And I was like,
yeah, your costume is legit this year, dude.
I literally just pulled up the first video on YouTube.
Yeah, and when for everyone listening, he's got to make a new one this year because he's grown.
Oh my
he
god.
grew
substantially.
Nick grew like 5
Yeah.
inches.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, well, Chip's costume came in the mail like 2 sizes too small, and I had to make it 2 sizes bigger. Right?
That's a whole other story. Chip's costume came out.
We're gonna
fantastic.
talk about Chips,
was-
the unofficial mascot of 1870 Haunt Manor. So going back to Jeff, one thing I dug about your hench elf character you did for Halloween, a Christmas horror event, you sewed on peppermints as buttons for your vest.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, the costume. What I did is I bought just a generic elf costume, and I totally took it all apart and I redid it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it came with red and green buttons, and I took it all apart, and then I put peppermint buttons, and then in the peppermint buttons were actual teeth.
Yeah.
Like actual I don't know what you call them. What do you call them? Like the replacement teeth.
Dentures.
Like dentures?
Yeah, like the actual teeth.
Really? Okay.
And then there was cockroaches and all kinds of junk on it.
I remember you had like the little toy. It was like the woodshop hammer.
Yeah,
And you
the
had
hammer.
like the little puppet, whatever that was.
Hey,
That
that doll was creepy. Because I didn't even mess with that doll.
Right.
That doll had like one leg that was longer than the other and backwards. And it was just a manufacturing error. That was weird.
Oh shit.
I didn't even mess with it.
I remember you partaked on some drinks. And I'm like, yeah, go ahead, dude. And I'm not gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go too deep into. This was an event I've talked about a million times that I put together, and Jeff was like the hench elf, like this giant big goon elf, and just like, and then he had a couple drinks in him, and we're at the Frida in downtown Santa Ana, and then someone was playing like Mexican banda music.
Lechona.
This moment will go down like forever. It's like literally the funniest
And
thing.
so I hear the music, and I look out the door, and I see this big elf dancing. Then I hear Lechona, I love Lechona, and I just looked and shook my head. And that video circled like to everyone, and then it ended up in Emmanuel Menji's YouTube video. And I think Charles, who we worked with together since he's the one that recorded it, and I saw that and I just shook my head. I'm like, I'm gonna be back inside. I was like, damn, that elf's got some moves. I'm like, shit. But no, the point of that story is your costuming. It was just like really good, and so was Nick's. But I was just like, I just thought they maybe had prior experiences or just something you just kind of dived into and discovered on your own.
Yeah, pretty much. Just the only thing is I took like one hour sewing class at like Joanne's once.
Okay, hey, it's better than nothing. I mean,
That's about it.
Yeah,
Other than that, just like little YouTube videos on how to dry brush, and that's it.
okay.
For just distressing, taking a like a steel wool thing and just dragging it across some clothes.
I
You
know
know what I
Michael
mean?
mentioned that before.
And then that's pretty much it, man. You gotta know what you want the look to be.
Yeah.
And I've been going to Not Scary Farm since I was 6 years old.
Okay.
And I've been around going to haunts and everything since I was 6 and even 5 actually. So I've been around like costumes and like the horror thing for so long. It's just ingrained in me. I just know.
Right on. And I'm gonna elaborate on you, Jeff. How I met you. We met at Twisted Christmas 2019, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So for those who don't know, there's many scare actors that night, on the show floor and stuff like that.
There was some. Let me keep my mouth shut. Okay, go ahead.
And we had a green room upstairs where all the monsters would chill, and I was one of them that night with my janky ass costume. But it's not the point. So I go up there, we're all resting. And
Don't put down that costume.
You had good scares because
that tinsel vest was on point.
So I go up there and everyone's munching down on pizza and stuff like that.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
And I see Jeff sitting like in one of the corners, and I'm like, I sit down across from him, and that's who I start talking to is Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I realized the dedication that goes into costumes and haunting and stuff. I mean, we were talking. I mean, we're in the break room a little too long. We went on like hours talking, about an hour talking just about your mask and all your costume.
It's not like you guys had a real job. You guys were doing me a favor. You got paid with pizza and donuts and drinks.
Yeah.
It's not like you were on like making money. It's like, geez.
So that's how I met Jeff, and that's when I realized like, holy crap! Like people like this is like it's time consuming.
Yeah, people get into like Melissa, who's an actor, worked as well. She did her own makeup and she did a little prosthetic like elf nose, and she just they Donald, who played Santa, actually wore like football pads to make himself a little more bulkier, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And there's people that do way more than I do. So it's crazy.
That's hard to believe.
It gets deep. It gets deep.
So this question's for Michael and Nick. Tell us about the first year of 1870.
That was a man.
Hey, my first episode of the podcast is shite, so I can relate. The first 6 actually were horrible.
Well, I'll go first because I'll explain the construction part of it. Man, that whole little maze was constructed out of cheap OSB from Home Depot. Well, was cheap. Now it's about $50 a sheet.
That's ridiculous.
Right.
So cheap OSB. I painted black, and the rest was made out of. It was made out of pallets.
Like wood pallets, yeah.
Wood pallets. I would force my grandfather to go take me and find the back of like warehouses to pick up.
He's probably like, "Como que pallets?"
Yeah.
You don't know what that means. I'm sorry.
Exactly. But you know what though? I mean, he did it, so I'm grateful for that. But yeah, it was constructed out of pallets. Strobe LEDs from Party City, and just black paint and little furniture I would find on OfferUp.
You made the best of it. It had like an old kind of like manor western vibe a little bit. And you made the best of it. I mean, compared to like first year to second year, it's like, what do you guys remember the most about the first year? It was only 3 nights?
It was 3 or 4.
3?
I honestly forget, dude.
I think it was like
I don't
it
remember.
was the 29th, the 30th, and the 31st.
That's right. Yeah, I only worked 2 nights.
Yep.
Because for Halloween I went to like my cousin's party or something like that.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember one night you sent me onto your roof just to put this like little speaker on the.
Goodness, that was before I invested in actual tech and speakers and all that. I forced freaking Nick to go on our roof and just like lay this really cheesy Bluetooth speaker I had for our audio And yeah, that was
I think
not the safest.
One time when I was up there, my steel toe got caught
In the wood.
in the wood. Yeah,
That's right.
dude, I was shitting myself,
That's right.
bro. Like, I swear to God, I was like, all right, this is my time. I'm finna die. I'm gonna fall off.
They died for the
you know,
haunt.
Full credit to Nick. There was no hesitation. I was like, Nick, can you put this up there for me? Okay. And he went up the ladder and he did it. So
That's
You know,
hilarious.
I will say this: I wasn't a part of the team back then, but I did go. I did know Rick, and I did come to there to one day, and for the first time ever doing something like that, it was cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
You guys had wooden walls
yeah.
for the first time ever building a haunt. When I used to build haunts with my dad in our backyard, that shit was 2x4s with tarp. You know, like that was our mazes back then.
There's some people that still do that.
And
Yeah.
and-
So
yeah.
I mean, you can't knock yourself for that, man.
And that
your
was-
first ever time was
Yeah.
wooden walls. Come on, man. That's
And-
crazy.
And that was the plan to begin with, was to use like a black tarp plastic I found on Amazon. But of course, it has to me it has to be, it's got to be perfect. And I laid the plastic down, and it didn't look like a wall. So I was like, I'm not using this.
I remember you text me. You're like, I'm gonna build a haunt. I'm like, okay. And I was at work. I'm like, okay. And this was after Midsummer Scream, and you're like, I'm gonna do walls. I'm not gonna do tarps. I was like, okay.
Yep.
And I don't think I ever came by to help. I don't remember.
I think you did like one time.
And then I remember I just showed up, and I got Jessica, my friend, who's a makeup artist, to do monster makeup, and we just like, I think on the way to the hayride, you're like, you're gonna be Gravedigger Joe. I'm like, well, what's he gonna look like? You're like, just like a caretaker or gravedigger. I'm like coveralls and like an old timey hat and flannel. Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay. So we just created him on the spot.
Yeah.
And I'll do the one-dimensional voice I know, and I'm like, all right. And then just like it developed from there. It was the same shitty voice I used at Sinister Point and as a chef, just a different dialect. I mean, hey, meat. Yeah, I was like, where you going, meat? The little meat, the pronunciation on the T, didn't know the same thing. But so yeah, just a big difference from like year one. I remember we were scaring the hell out of people. Like
Year one, Menji's
man.
son.
So
I
okay,
remember that.
we gotta completely okay.
Oh my
So
god.
for those who don't know, Rick Creeper has a friend named it was Emmanuel, and he has a son named.
Well, he'll rename. Gee, I can't. We're not gonna say his name.
Okay, so we're gonna leave
He'll
him.
remain
Okay.
nameless.
There you go. Thank you.
But he had two sons, and his older son and him went through, but his younger son like sat out because he didn't want to go in.
So his younger son sits out of the maze, right?
Yeah.
So he's in the front, right, by the parking.
Yeah.
And this
So-
is when Jeff came by, and you guys had to go find.
Yep. Okay. So the story is, we come out of the maze to go scare this kid, right? Just a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Just to shake him up a bit. This child runs down the street. We live on a cul-de-sac. Runs down the street, makes a left, makes another left, a right, and up the highway.
For like a solid, what was it, like half mile?
I would say about a mile.
He ran so far.
He would not stop running. I mean,
And this was late at night. He's wearing a Scream costume,
it's super dark. Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
like this all black robe.
Right.
Took off his mask
Right.
so he could run and see and breathe.
And he ran into a portion of houses where it's really dark. There's no lighting.
Zero lighting.
The
And you guys-
highway's right
You
there.
guys were going after him like to stop him.
We
We're
took
like,
our mask off. We're like, this kid's running because he's scared of us. So
Yeah.
we're like, oh shit, let's put our mask down. Let's run. So we book it after this kid, and we lose him. And
Yeah.
we're like, oh shit. And we go all the way back home. I think I hopped in my Uncle EJ's truck.
Yeah.
And we're like, we gotta
Yeah.
go find this fucking kid. So we go. He hits the gas, and we're like searching for him. Nothing. Oh crap.
he ran because he was terrified, and you guys were trying to you guys stopped scaring him after a certain point on our street,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and they're
Yeah.
like, he just took off like
Yeah.
the devil was out.
Yeah.
there.
I was like, I am not about to lose this guy's kid right now.
Bro,
So
that was
we
that
were-
was so much scarier than the
Yeah.
haunt itself.
that was. I've never been more scared
Yeah.
of anything. That scared me.
I was like, great first impression my friend's getting. I was
Yeah.
like, that's my family.
Yeah. Well, Rick and Jeffrey are just chatting
Chatting
like
out
nothing's
front, yeah.
happening.
And then so Jeff and somebody else showed up. I forget.
It was something from Sinister Point.
I forget. But then not Parks and Con, SoCal Haunts came by. But hey, we're here to take pictures. I'm like, well, we're kind of shut down.
Yeah.
I was like, anyways, but it happened. So
Yeah.
that's what happened year one.
But I'll never forget that.
remember forget that. And I remember we had like some drunken like housewives.
Oh yeah.
That freaking broho came with her with her 2 kids.
Yeah, there were some drunken housewives, and I talked trash to them. And no one was looking, and I looked around, and like one of them was being kind of uppity with me when I was in the graveyard, and had a little dirt in my shovel, and I was like, whoosh. You can't do that. I'm like, I can do what I want, you know.
Yeah.
I know what am I going to get in trouble? The maze manager? It's like, you know.
Yeah.
So
I'm suing the park.
exactly.
I'm suing the park.
Who are you gonna sue?
Yeah.
Who's your manager? Me.
So this is gonna go to everybody right now. So what was the major difference between year one? Even though Jeff, you were only I guess a ghost here or whatever you want to call it, and then the boys, you guys actually worked. What's the big difference between year one and year two?
We took it more seriously.
I say year 2 I took it a lot more. I mean, I had a whole year to plan.
Mhm.
I think I started planning for year 2 November of the month after the previous year. Or year
Yeah.
one. So that we took it a lot more seriously, and I put just a little more money into it, and thought and a budget and marketing and stuff like that. So I think that was a big difference.
Okay.
We stepped it up a lot more.
Yeah, like I remember the first year you just gave me some like old mask, old flannel, cowboy hat.
Yeah.
I just brought jeans myself, and then this year I made my whole costume and like did that whole shebang.
Yeah, I think we're in that process of like, first year was like it's your first year, and then second year is like, okay, now we know what we're gonna learn from that.
Yeah.
Then obviously this third year is we learned a lot from the previous year, and we're just gonna build a lot from that.
Definitely a theme with everyone's costumes. Jeff, who I call Mr. Bigelow, it's definitely like a 30s or 40s vibe, but the music and like the build, everyone's costume seems very fitting to a certain area or period. And to me, I get like a vibe like the 40s, and it's just like the way Jeff looks and the way Nick looks and the way I look as Grave Digger Joe, and like the house and the music and everything, kind of like the ambiance. So to me, it's like kind of like a alternate universe to like the 40s.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
just and also it's there's no definition or like line drawn in the sand of what the actual storyline is. So how do you guys interpret the storyline of 1870 Haunt Manor? Like your own interpretation, which could possibly lead to the development of your character, like in your head.
Well, I'm gonna pause right there. I don't want to kill your question, but we're all hoping this year we're gonna really focus on our storyline.
Okay.
Right. So I think people can expect, because last year we had these characters people fell in love with. Right. You had the Slider, you had the Big Man, and then you had the Gravedigger. Right. So our goal this year is to really immerse people in the story. Right? Tell them the story. So when they come here, like for instance, when you go to Disneyland, the reason it was so successful because they had original characters, right? That the children saw on TV, and when they saw them in the park, they fell in love with them. And that's how you get, So that's the idea we're gonna go with this year, is really pushing the storylines of the characters, and really why is this 20-foot facade in the yard, and what do the characters have to do with it? So we're gonna really push that.
And I remember we all did that by ourselves. We just like threw out a story and made it up ourselves. Like you were saying, like this house was built in like the 20s, and like we started construction during this and this, and then Gravedigger Joe, he would always say like, I'm gonna bury you right here, and like the family in there, and you would always like make references and all that, and then we just kind of forged and like molded our own characters and storyline.
I remember Nick would point to the portraits in the photo op, and you say that was like your family.
Yeah.
And then you refer to like the full skeletons as your family members. Like the one skeleton that was hung, the two that were sitting dead, and the gazebo we built, patio thing, whatever it was.
Yeah, shitty gazebo.
No, it was so hot that day. I'm all, God damn it, Michael, make me paint this shit right now. No, it's just like even like Jeff's character, like you had dialogue, and then you had a British accent, and then someone's like, well, why does he have a British accent and you don't? I'm like, in the sarcastic, I'm like, well, he's British, he owns the house, and I'm American,
just the help.
and I'm just the help that comes with the house. It makes sense.
Right.
And little kids like, he got all butthurt, and I'm just like,
Yeah, a lot of the time that was my story, was that I was the owner of the house.
Yeah.
And I remember when my Michael had added the electricity gag, me and you would play off each other, and I'd be like, "Hey Joe, go fix the electricity," and then you'd go mess with the electricity and
mess with
shock
people.
yourself.
You would call me, you would tell me like We got some new bodies.
Oh,
fresh,
we have some fresh
Yeah.
bodies, and then you get a hole ready.
get a
or
hole
some-
for them.
And then I'd measure them with my axe.
Axe, 2 axes. I was like, okay. I remember I was
tall.
laughing at that. I just remember because I was like, I can't necessarily do like a two. I can't do a creepy British voice. I could be like, hello, that doesn't like.
Hello,
that's all.
mate.
You wanker. That's all I could do. Which is gonna work for another podcast I'm working on. But like, I can't do like a maniacal like. I could do certain things like piss off. That's all I could do.
Yeah.
So imagine I'm up there. I'm like, hello,
Yeah.
piss off, and they're like, this isn't scary.
I'm Gravedigger Joe.
Would you like a cup of tea? That's not gonna work. So it's also
I'm a diggy grave today.
see, I can't do nothing like that. So yeah. So
You gotta get real grungy with it.
yeah, I have to. Trust me, I'm working on it. So it's like I'm limited to like what I could do. So I think we're at a stopping point now. We're gonna be talking for like 3 hours. So once again, I'm here with the cast and crew of 1870 Haunt Manor. I sound like the dude from Into the Void. I love his voice. He's all 1870 Haunt Manor. Or the dude from the Haunt line. I don't know how he does it. He smiles.
He's
I love his voice. I'm sorry, brother. I forget your name. I'm admit that. But in the videos, he's like, he has that permagrin. I was like, that dude has a voice and a smile for camera. And it's just like,
I believe I saw a video of him. He did a interview with he's a cinematographer for Knott's Scary Farm. And
Okay.
he does all the trailer videos. And this guy had a smile. The 45-minute video. This guy would talk, smile. I mean, like, dude, you were like...
he's like talking through his teeth and he's just like, yeah. I was like, I told him, dude, you got a golden voice, dude. I love hearing this shit.
The happy
He's like,
fellow.
Yep.
yeah. He's like, oh, no, thank you. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'll give you props, dude. But I lost my train of thought. Jesus. Anyways, oh yeah, we're going to take a break. Now we're going to be talking for another 3 hours. Once again, I'm here, episode 17 with the cast and crew of 1870 Haunt Manor. And we'll be right back.
Don't you dare try to escape. The Creepcast with Rick Creeper shall return.
Hey everybody, this is Rick Creeper 11 from the Creepcast podcast. Once again, you're hearing my voice because we're talking about vampfangs.com. Yes, vampfangs.com. Vampfangs has been established since 1993 out of Salem, Massachusetts, New England's only vampire shop. That sounds kind of spooky. Host of the Endless Night Salem's Vampire Ball. I can speak about this personally because I've purchased things from them. Some of the various haunts or like horror cosplay photo shoots that I've done, I've acquired my fangs. More importantly, my contacts, which are FDA compliant, approved, and verified from your eye doctor, is shipped here in the good old US of A. So they came through for me. I've had bad experiences with other companies where contacts weren't the greatest quality or they're shipped overseas, so either they were really bad quality or just didn't arrive here on time. So Vampfangs was definitely a lifesaver, but they have other things as well. I already mentioned special effect contacts. They have special effect makeup, fangs, apparel, sunglasses, bags, fragrances, chokers, you name it. Everything is based out of Salem, Massachusetts, and they've got a cool little store over there. Check them out, vampfangs.com online or at Vampfangs Official at Instagram. Tell them Rick Creeper sent you. You guys will love it. Trust me. Check them out. Vampfangs Official, Instagram. Have a good one, guys. Take care.
Where do you think you're going? There is no escape from the Creepcast with Rick Creeper.
All right, everyone, we're back at it. Episode 17 with the cast and crew of 1870 Haunt Manor. We got Jeff, Nick, and Michael, the man behind the haunt, the actors, the sliders, and so forth. You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna throw this out to everyone. What you guys think, and this could be for Michael as well because you built it. The size comparison, and just the amount of like attention that 1870 got last year. Like it blew my mind just to see what Michael designed. What did you guys think when you first saw the facade?
Oh, it was crazy. You see it in pictures and you think like, oh, this looks really cool, right? And then you drive up to it and you take that turn into the cul-de-sac, right? And then you drive up to it and you're like, holy shit, this is actually really huge. And what was it, like 20 feet tall?
Yeah.
20 feet. And you're looking at this huge actual like manor in this front yard, and the pictures just don't do it justice at all, man. You're just looking at this thing and you're just wow. You're just in shock. You're kind of like in awe, like, oh wow, this guy actually freaking built this in his yard.
It blew my mind, and I was just looking at it, and like the lighting, the fog, and what killed immersion for me is seeing my mom out there. My mom, go in the house. Come on. And she's like, I just want to see it, mijo. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's just I was just really amazed when Michael built, and I was like you said, the pictures gave it no justice. And laughing about my mom, and just you pull up, and I'm like, dude, this thing looks like, to me, it could have been like we talked about. It could be it could apply to any theme, like a chapel. It could be an old Victorian home. It could be like a church or whatever. And just the size of it, it's like, it blew my mind.
It could have been a facade at a theme park.
Yeah.
It could have.
Oh, definitely.
That wasn't just strictly like a home haunt thing.
Yeah.
Facade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember like when we first built the first like 18-foot panel and we put it up. We just looked at each other like, oh shit.
Yeah. Like 18 feet doesn't seem, it's not a lot on the ground.
Until you stand it up.
Once you get it up.
I think what also helps it is that like we put it on the lawn, which is higher than the sidewalk.
Right.
Yeah.
It just makes it look like way taller. But the look on our faces, we're just like, when we put it up and just tacked it all in there.
Oh crap. Yeah, it was a lot of like, it's tall and like, oh crap, this is like, we can get into trouble if like this thing falls. Like it's like,
yeah.
The Three Stooges land on someone.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think a 2-story home is about 20 to 25 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing was about 18 or 20 feet. So like you said, 20 feet measured on the floor, it doesn't seem like that. But you stand it up straight, you're like, this thing was, I'm like, that's like, I could live in that. It's bigger than my apartment. And I was just like,
and not only that, it was functional.
yeah.
Right. You could actually go in there and, not do much up there, but you can go up there and, you can be up there, waving at people or whatever.
Yeah.
And that was like,
throwing stuff.
I'd always hit people on the head like,
Throwing candy at people. I love that. The pictures did no justice, and I had no idea that's what you guys were putting together. And a few times that helped. It didn't dawn on me until I saw the pictures, and then one day we went during the day. Me, Chris, the girlfriend. I'm like, what the hell did Michael build? I'm like, oh my god! I think we went to go paint. She's like, I want to paint. I'm like, okay, cool. I shouldn't do her voice. Sorry, babe. Then this so we whoops. Well, I would make fun of her voice all the time. She knows that. No, but we're painting and we're looking at this thing. And I'm like, dude, this thing is ridiculous. So I was like, oh my god! And then once you lit it up and like the fog, and then you did lighting and you did like test runs on music, and I was just like, this is coming together. And
that shit came to life.
There was a buzz. Like everyone started talking about it. Like everyone was like, what's going on with this haunt compared to last year? And it's like, who's 1870? Or people are like, I remember them last year. Oh my god! And people were me like, oh my god, I saw your haunt. I'm like, first of all, it's not mine. I'm a part of it, but it's not mine whatsoever. This is all Michael's build.
No, it's all of ours because we all have attributes.
Well, you know what I mean. Like I wasn't like, yeah, I built it and designed it. It's like you created the concept and we participated in this. Yes, a part of it's ours, but it is your baby. That's the way I mean.
Yeah. That I love that facade. I mean that the point of that facade was to go everything based off that, right? All the future builds are gonna go off that, right? So that was really like
it's a hell of a starting point.
Right. So that's where I wanted to start, was that facade. And I did it.
It definitely was very versatile because like you could actually walk through the doorway. You built a platform without telling anyone, which was fatty proof because I was able to go up there. And just it was just fun. And when you were up there, I was looking down at everyone. I'm like, dude, they're like it's like I feel like we're like the actors on Ghost Town, like like the mayor up there, and like and we're throwing talking trash, throwing candy at people, and people are like, oh my god, they're up there. I'm all, yeah, look at us. It's like,
yeah, there is definitely upsides to the facade and downsides, and like one thing that I want to talk about is like I put a lot of attention to it, like a lot of money, a lot of time into it, right?
Oh, yeah.
But that also kind of got me away from detail to another thing. So like I put so much time into that, I didn't have other time to do details. I couldn't court my skeletons. I couldn't a lot of tech. So there's downsides and upsides to like different builds. But now that we have that core piece, we're able to build around that.
So you're able to focus on some of the smaller intricate details that you weren't able to focus on last year.
Right,
like,
right.
It just a lot of people were reaching out and just were piqued interest, talked about it on YouTube and their podcast, and you saw them come in drones as soon as we opened up, particularly media night. I want to talk about some of the inspiration for you guys as characters, the actors, and some of your inspiration, Mike, when you built it. So Jeff, what was some of your inspo to create which I call Mr. Bigelow or the Axeman?
Yeah, going back to like where a lot of my inspiration comes, a lot of Ghost Town, you know, a lot of the old kind of bank tellers and stuff like that, you know. And I looked at, honestly, I looked on Google and I looked up 1930s, 1940s clothes, and the one of the looks that I really wanted to go for is the old kind of like bartendery kind of like look. So I wanted to get those armbands.
Yeah, I remember those. Yeah,
those Western kind of like bartender armbands. So yeah, I made sure to get those. But yeah, it was mostly kind of like I wanted to get like a kind of like a go for like a Ghost Town look, but like kind of like a, if you would say like a noble person,
nobleman,
like
a
higher class person in the town,
Someone with probably like a wealth or title,
a wealthy person,
So I remember you had like black slacks and like possibly they're supposed to be dress shoes, but probably like kicks or whatever.
They were just boots.
They
were steel toes.
And like toes. I think a white dress shirt, and you had the vest with the pocket chain, and like the hat, the mask, and everything. Yeah,
the cane.
Yeah, it was So the was just black slacks, a dress shirt. I think it was gray, actually dark gray or something.
Okay.
Dark gray with a vest with a pocket watch and what was it? What kind of hat was that? It was like a fedora.
Fedora,
hat, like a fedora kind of hat. And I had the hat, the axe, and the cane.
The cane.
And that mask, man, that mask is just so brutal. With it's just like as if you were like to have a face that you butchered and put back together and that face, it just, the mask has real teeth and it's just
that's right. I remember it had teeth and it was disgusting.
His real teeth and real wire on it. It's just disgusting.
Yeah. I looked at him and I was like, he needs a name. I'm all, that's Mr. Bigelow. It just popped in my head. I don't know why. That's just.
Yeah, so I mean, for future reference, the character's name is Mr. Bigelow.
I guess so.
Compliments of Rick Creeper.
I guess so. It's like, Nick, what about your character? You were the residential slider / spider monkey.
Yeah, I was like one of the children that was like kind of left to be alive, and I took references from like old chimney sweeper boys.
There you go.
And then like one image that kind of really got me was one of the Ghost Town Billy pictures on one of his Instagram posts. I really took like the pants, the vest, the button-down shirt, and then just took a hammer and like a knife and just kind of butchered that thing.
You definitely have the build and the energy for it. So
yeah,
and both those inspirations, I could see that definitely.
Yeah, yeah, and then I try to incorporate like the sliding gear to embed it into the costume as much as possible without anything like bulky or sticking out.
Right, and you did a good job of that.
Yeah. I didn't notice like the pads. I didn't notice your toe caps. I really didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
You see like a lot of costumes, like I'm not gonna call it which Haunt did this, but you would see their costumes, and you'd see their bright caps, and then their equipment like stuck out.
I think.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
I can see them from a mile away. Whereas like you was completely it was built in. So
my knee
like
pads.
a World War II sailor wearing Nikes.
Oh, we're not gonna go there.
Like my knee pads I got, they're like a bright white and black cheetah print,
Yeah.
And I just ended up spray painting everything and taping it all off. Same with my shoes. I just wore like some regular old Vans with like white accents, so I had to spray paint it and then tape it all up.
I loved how distressed your pants were. Like they were even kind of a little tethered at
By the end.
Dude, by the end, they're just.
Oh no!
It's just a couple strings at this point.
Nick was naked, just with like his chones and like knee pads sliding because his costume was falling apart.
I think those pants are just raw cloth. They could just be reused to make new pants now. Just raw cloth.
That's funny.
Just more scare cloth.
I want to add a little story to Jeff's character, or more about his personal character. Is it okay if I say where you live?
No, I don't care.
Okay, so Jeff, for everyone, he lives in Torrance. Okay, which is about what, an hour from Anaheim.
Probably like 40, 45 minutes an hour. Yeah.
Okay. He gets there one day. I believe it was a
Oh,
Saturday.
God.
I know the story.
He's got.
Embarrassing.
He's ready to go, right? And he got changed, everything. I blackened everything. It's mask ready to go. But unfortunately, you didn't bring the mask that day, right? Yep.
You should have given the mask with a silver wig.
So I go, dude, just go home for the day. You're fine. And he's like, nope, I'll be back. So he drives an hour back to Torrance. Picks up his mask, comes back, scares, and then now we're right back to Torrance. So that's just the dedication.
That's commitment. That's
Yep.
dedication. That's commitment.
I just felt like an idiot, man. Showing up to the scare job without your mask. Come on, what's up with that?
Well, it was day 1 too for you, right?
No, that was like the second week, I think.
Yeah, it was close, like towards the middle.
I remember that, and he's going home and coming back. I was like, oh, and he pulled up in the Batmobile. I was, oh, damn, you came back already. I was okay. I was like,
Yeah, I might have broken a couple speed limits.
I was like 30 minutes. That's off. That's awfully
it's
quick.
like, does he live down the street? It's like,
Might have found out what the limit on that car was. Huh?
Now, Michael, for you, same question, but polar opposite side. Inspiration to build, as far as your concept, with the revamp of 1870 for the second year, you obviously went from something very small scale to like limited resources to like this giant facade, which was 20 feet tall, and just a theme that could be carried throughout different, styles. Like what inspired you to go that big? Like what did you look at and you saw that and you're like, I want to do this and make it 20 feet tall?
No one else has a 20-foot tall facade. That's operable,
True.
Second story. So that's always where my head goes. But as far as inspiration, I look at a lot of scenic painters, scenic artists.
Okay.
Specifically from 13-4 Entertainment. There's
There you go.
scenic painter I have in mind. And their builds are always the best. The paint's always on point. The lighting really works with the paint and stuff like that. So that's really where I get my inspiration from. Is I would say just like a lot of scenic painters.
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing you did keep consistent compared the comparison from first and second year was the lighting. You did kind of like the teal blue, which kind of, to me, that's just my opinion. It's kind of the signature look to 1870 was that blue, and blue and it blends with the fog and it just puts out a vibe. I'm just like, that's the vibe.
Well, there's 2 points to that. Is the lights I use are RGBs, so red, green, blue, and the blues that come with it are really deep.
Okay.
And they really work with your costumes. So that blue is like that's our money right there when it comes to lighting.
I love the way it looked. Like you see photos or videos, I was like, dude, that looks fucking dope.
And then the reds and the greens really work well with it. And also, I love how the blue works on the facade because it actually makes it look bigger. Depending on where you put the lights on the facade. So that's the lighting really works wonders.
Wait, so the facade was only like 10 feet, but the lights
made it 20.
Yeah, it's like that's crazy. Now my next question is gonna apply to everyone here. Like, where do you guys like? How do you hype yourself up for the night? Like, if you're building late, Michael, or like Nick, you're stretching, getting ready to scare.
Well, if you're Nick, it's 5 bang. 5 bang.
5 bang energy. That's your next question. No,
Give yourself a heart attack.
like, how do you guys prep for the night? Like, I have a ritual. It's like, what do you get ready like to get into character, to like maybe do a last minute touch up on the build or add lighting or music? What do you guys do to get prepared for the night or each night? Like, do you have like a certain routine or ritual every night?
For me, on the drive over, I like to have a playlist that I like to go over.
Please tell me a certain song's on there.
It's a lot. It consists of a lot of like kind of weird stuff.
Okay.
just to get me in kind of like a creepy vibe, you know?
Like what kind of weird stuff, Jeff?
Like a lot of like 9 Inch Nails and
okay.
Marilyn Manson kind of stuff like that.
Gotcha.
You know, to get me in that mindset. Because in real life, I'm like a real chill dude.
Okay.
You know.
Oh yeah.
But in my character, you know, I'm real creepy and, you know, kind of sleazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I got to get in that mindset. You know. So I have a.
What?
On that playlist is "Goodbye Horses" from Q Lazarus. If you know what that song is.
No idea.
You need to pop it in there.
You know the song from Silence of the Lambs, the Buffalo Bill song.
Oh, that song. Okay.
Goodbye Horses. That song.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that song's in there.
Okay.
Yeah, that gets me.
When the dude's dancing naked and he touches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that song gets me feeling real weird.
One song that I always listened to and I kept sending it to you was "I'm the Boogeyman" from Todd Rollins.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
And he's like, "Woo, I'm the Boogeyman." Yeah. I kept saying it. I was like, "Man, it just gets stuck in my head." I don't know.
It would scare me if I'm in a room and that song turned on.
Yes.
Just randomly, that would scare me.
I picture like a devil, like in a tuxedo dancing to it, and like you coming into the room and he's like calling you over. It's just creepy. I don't know what it is.
Or just sitting in a chair smoking.
Yeah.
And just like with his back turned to you and he spins around, grins at you.
It just laughs. Yeah.
Caressing a skull on his lap or something.
This is a bit of imagery for you guys that are listening.
There you go. Theater of the mind. What about you, Nick? Like what was your routine like to prep every night? Or like was there certain like music you listened to, or did you look to like a certain character in a movie, or just like certain like monsters you see like in other haunts?
My character's a little rude and like I'm a real smart ass. Like I would really like kind of poke at you with like, I don't know, like
I know
like,
you would mock people when they
shorter.
got scared. I remember that.
Yeah. So like I would get myself pissed off with my costume.
Okay.
Like when I take it off, I just throw it in there like willy-nilly and then take it out. Ah shit, it's all tangled and I'm all pissed off because I have to like untangle it and then throw it on, and then that just kind of gets me in like a rude kind of tone. And then on top of that, 5 bangs.
5 banging your
Bangs.
Yeah, I don't really have much of a ritual because I'm just kind of starting out right now, but yeah, I just kind of
Like the day before, you'd be like, yeah, I would ask like, do you guys want any specific drinks I can put in the cooler? And he'd be like, yeah, can I get like a pack of bangs? I'm like, oh, for the rest of the month, right? No, just tomorrow.
Jesus.
You see, ask for a twisted tea.
Twisted tea.
He knows what those things are.
4 Loco.
What about you, Michael? Like, let's say you're prepping for the night and you got to like adjust some lighting, or you notice like, hey, the air cannon needs to be adjusted as far as the.
No, that my juices get going when I see you guys get ready.
Okay.
That's like I love it because I remember going to Knott's, like 2017, 2018,
Right.
and looking behind the what do you call that? Looking through the gate to see the monsters get ready. That's how I feel like when you guys get ready. That's like that type of feeling.
Yeah.
I love it.
Or like when you do like the pre-scare dinner.
Yeah.
And you're
yeah.
on Ghost Rider going up the hill and you get to see the back line. You're like, oh god,
Yeah.
they're there.
Yeah.
They're there in the warehouse.
There's that one gate that's by the employee entrance for Knott's, and it's the back side of in the depths.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
You
it.
can see the light tower, and you see the big pumpkins from
Yeah.
the hollows, or from
Pumpkin Eater.
Pumpkin Eater. There we go. That
They're
hypes
huge.
me up. Me personally, I'd have a certain playlist. It was like old timey, like Halloween music, or like just old punk rock and rockabilly. But there was one song from a band called Jesus. What the name's of that band? I forget. The Coffin Cats. It was a song called Bad Apple, and it's actually singing about being by himself on Halloween. I was playing that every day at Scary Place in 2018, and I would harmonize to it just to warm up my vocals because I was yelling all night. And to this day, I do that. I harmonize the vocals of that song just to get my vocal cords warmed up. It went from like listening to the score to like Halloween to like Salem's Lot to like old timey like 30s Halloween music and like the Boogeyman and stuff like that, or just like I got to listen to the intro to Halloween every night just because I cosplay as Michael Myers sometimes. But
Yeah.
we all have rituals. You stretch, you drink certain water, and it's like. And then like you said, I see everyone getting ready, and then once I put on that costume, it's like the suit of armor, and then you turn on the light switch. I'm like, okay, it's time
Yeah.
to go. And that's like, I got my props, everything. I put my water in certain places. I'm like, okay, it's go time. Then once you cross that threshold, I'm like, okay, I'm no longer Rick. I'm this character for now on. It's like,
Sir.
Okay. Well, the cast and crew definitely grew year two. Not only the guys sitting here, but we had Adam, Michael's little brother, aka Chips. Chips. And we're going to talk about him eventually. Chips. It blew my mind how many people just were so anticipating 1870 last year to like you saw people from Scary Farm, people from Universal, from Horror Nights, people from Dark Harbor, from Hayride, from 17th Door, just everyone coming down. They came out in drones. I remember a couple nights.
Oh yeah.
We had like crowds of people standing out front, across the street, cars. I remember dudes on bikes coming by, and I was like, "It's getting loud here." I'm
I
like,
don't
"Geez."
think I've ever seen a crowd like that for just a display.
Yeah.
For just a yard
And
display.
people wouldn't leave. I'm like, "What are you looking at? Go home already." I was like, it's like just hanging out, talking, socializing. And, you know, it's like, I get it, but it's like some people like they appreciated what you guys created, like not only on the build, but like the immersion or just the interaction amongst the characters. Like they loved it. And it's like everyone had a role. Like you two were tag teaming people like on the photo ops, like getting them, and just like you were like have them sit down and you'd scare them. Then Nick would come around and hit them with a thunder jug, or I go take a picture, or like I told them I'm gonna come and get you. They're no, you're not. I'm like, yes, I am. And I'm like, fuck, I gotta go all the way around. It's like put my mask on really quick. It's like just there was definitely like synergy amongst the three of us, and then Michael just being the PR guy and like the face of the haunt, doing interviews and shaking people's hands and kissing babies and doing what he has to do like a politician. It just blew my mind like how many people went.
And that was the most awesome thing was like people came for the display and then stayed for the monsters, right? That was a cool part. It was like we got them there and then like they didn't leave. You know what I'm saying? It was like, why are you still here? I saw you get here like 45 minutes ago. And they would stay just for the scares. And I think that was a large part due. There was none of that this year. No. There was no haunts. There was no Scary Farm. There was no streets. There was no Universal. Nothing. So that's where that was the biggest part of last year was really how long people were staying just for these scares. And awesome.
People would come back like
Multiple
every other
times,
night.
or bring more people.
I remember there was like one neighborhood family that would every single night. Like, they would always ask me if, like, Jeffrey wasn't working. Where's the axe man? Where's the axe man? I'll never forget this one kid. He'd always run up to me. Where's the axe guy? I want to touch his axe.
You're all the ass man? He left already. He was here last night.
Where's the man with the ass?
Not to be biased, but I noticed after a couple of weeks of 1870 run that other haunts started getting actors.
Yes.
And that's like, and Bill Galvin of Whole House Haunting is guilty of that. But Bill, he's always had them. He had enough flannels to share in Vans for the monsters. But I noticed like other places started having actors pop up. I'm like, oh, okay. But then I get it because no one really worked last year. Everybody's like, people are like, hey, dude, I'll come down from LA if you guys need help at 1870. I'm like, no, we're good. It's not my decision, but I'll talk to Michael. But I'm like, no, we're good. People were like hitting me up all the time. But I noticed other places started getting actors and immersion and so forth. But I just couldn't believe just the amount of traffic that came and people. I'm like, oh, that's what you look like without makeup on, streets in Ghost Town. Oh, dude, you're so and so from Dark Harbor. I'm like, oh, people, and then we knew. Yeah, it's just crazy, and everyone loved it because you provided something a lot of people around to get, to get last year. So,
and like I said, I just the amount of people that came and then that really enjoyed it. It wasn't just like drove by and all right, cool. Piece. It was like they would drive by, stop in the middle of the street for about 5 minutes until I told them, you got to go. There's people behind you. That was the cool part.
The best were the cars.
Yep.
And people would not want to get off there. They just drove by and we're all calling them like, hey, come here. Or you guys would walk up and the cars would take off. I'm like, they don't hit somebody. But it's like,
there was one time, I'll never forget this. It scared the crap out of me. But I was scaring someone in their car and they didn't see me come up. And I was like creeping around the back and the driver didn't see me. And she had her window rolled down to like listen and everything, but she didn't see me come up. So I thunder jugged her right in the face. Like I stuck the thunder jug in the car, in the space between like the windshield and her face, and I shook it right in her face. Bitch slaps the pedal, the
gas.
English, goddamn it. She puts it on the gas so hard, and she ran over my toes. But thank God I had steel toes on.
Jesus, that's not good.
I had steel toes on, and I just felt something like, oh, she ran over my foot.
Lawsuit. Just kidding.
The best were people like look at us, I make eye contact with them, and I'm like, come here, and they're like, people did not want to get out of their cars.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's just a house, right? Like the street lights, you can see us.
You
Yeah.
can see our cars to the left of it.
So you can see my mom looking through the window, like watching us. It's like, come on. It's like, Mom, go to bed already. You're killing the immersion. I just want to see, It's like, oh, great. Thanks, Mom. Media night. What do you guys remember about media night?
So packed.
Flew by.
It was-
flew by. Yeah, it was packed.
There was a lot of people there. I think we had a solid crowd of like 40 something people that were there for like a solid hour or
Right.
two.
Yeah, they weren't there to like just pop by. They were there to like
They were
stay for the
they, were,
night.
they
Yeah.
stayed for so long, and like the second someone would leave, someone else would come in and like take up that
And
spot.
it was like a Thursday night?
Wednesday.
It was a
night.
Wednesday.
Night, I remember. And we had, Adam, aka Chips, was giving out. We're going to talk about the origin of Chips. Giving out like little goodie bags, and there was photo ops, and there was people from YouTubers and like
Oh, yeah.
podcasters and just other people from Haunts. I remember. I don't remember if he came media night or another night, but I was coming through the door at the front door of 1870, and I closed the door behind me, and I see this dude, the dude in a mask, and he's got this long kind of like rocker hair, and I'm like, I know who that is. And in the character, I told myself that. I'm like, that's Art Dracula. And then for those that don't know who Art Dracula is, he was a notorious slider in Knots for how long? Almost 10 years.
For anyone, that's who we grew up watching. That
Yes.
is like that. If you ask us, like 4 years ago, 3 years ago, who is the slider? It's him and Johnny
Art.
Espino. Yep.
Art Dracula
Yep.
and Johnny Espino.
Yep.
And
Those
he's
are
been
the
there for
main-
what, over 10, 13 years, something like that?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like a big time vet. Over
So he was a notorious slider, started, I think, Boardwalk, then ended up in Ghost Town.
there. Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool dude, chatted with him here and there. But it's funny, I seen him, and I'm like, even though he's behind a mask, I'm like, I know that's him. I recognize that Spanish rock hair. And when I saw him and I saw that hair, this is all I heard in my head. It gets better. So that's what I saw. That's what I heard in my head. I'm like, look at this Spanish rock mother effer. I was like, look at that hair. Then I'm like, I know who you are. I recognize you. And I made fun of him. I was like, dude, I recognize you because you're Spanish rock hair. And he's like, oh yeah, it's Mana 1989. No one's gonna get that reference. But cool, dude. He has a podcast and he's got a YouTube channel as well. But he's been there for Knots. He was there forever. He stopped working recently, I guess. And again, he the voices he did as Art Dracula. You do the voices pretty good. How he's like. I hate my life. I hate my life. He's like, I don't consent. I don't consent. No, make a hole. Make a hole.
And then we were ripping on his oh my god, there's a guy who literally
Yeah, there's a
Oh, there's so
There's a- there-
without
a-
saying
there's a doppelganger out there.
without saying the haunt and
Yeah,
there's
that
the,
was funny.
there's a guy that replicates his character from a haunt out of the area.
Disrespectful.
There's a doppelganger.
Yeah, so Art Dracula, cool dude. Little shout out. I don't want to make fun of you. Play the rock music, but there's like 5 minutes. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. Yeah, he just looks like I could picture him like playing the drums for like a Spanish rock band with like a rayon like floral headband tied to the side, and just and he recently cut his hair apparently. So, anyways, so let's talk about some of the stuff. Like you guys were setting up scares. I noticed that you guys were definitely had like this tag team going on the photo op in the streets. You guys were getting them all the time, and I was just kind of doing the campy like electrical gag. The what is it? The cracker box. What's it called?
That's the crack. Whatever you want to call
Whatever
it.
you want to call
It's
it.
basically just a flash cracker inside a casing.
Did you guys just kind of like figure that on your own after a while, or is it something you planned out in advance?
I don't think we ever really planned it out.
It was more of like we saw the layout of the haunt and said, okay, we could use the photo op, we could use this wall, we could use the door, and just kind of we could use the cars to like go around.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just something I think it grew over time. Nothing that's necessarily planned out. Like with the whole not the photo op. I'm sorry, the electrical gag. I was like, okay, it's got to be someone who's engaged with me because it's like some people I try to, they just weren't paying attention or whatever. One thing I remembered, without going into detail, all three of us were working, and like an older guy showed up, and we were interacting with them. And he's like, oh, I'm waiting for the rest. And see if you guys remember. I'm waiting for the rest of my friends or my party to show up. And we all got mad one at a time. We went in the back. So we're waiting forever, like as monsters, and then like I guess the the rest of his party was like at the end of the cul-de-sac, and we're waiting and waiting. Finally, they showed up, and there was a bunch of Karens, and one of them got mad.
yeah.
We're not going to say why they got mad. One of them got mad at me, or was just being standoffish, and so I'm like, the fuck this, and I'm like, we waited this entire time, so I broke character, went backstage, and then Michael was like, to Nick, where's Rick? He's like, no, some lady pissed him off, and then he took off. And I don't know who got mad next, but the same thing happened to one of you.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Where's Nick?" And then
Nick? Yeah.
and he's like, "He's in the back." And then finally, here comes Jeff, and then nobody was out there because we waited forever for this stupid group of people, and they were just being assholes. So I was just like, you know what? Fuck these people. I was just like, I'm gonna go drink some water, eat some chips or something.
Some people aren't. Some people aren't there. Even when it's like a haunt that they pay for, they're not there to have a good time. I don't know why they even go.
Yeah.
Those are the people, like, they just go because I guess it's the cool thing to do. I don't know.
Yeah, and even when it's like a paid event, it happens.
Yep.
They go just to heckle, you know.
There's the people like they're all, this is it. I'm like, no, there's more in the back, you asshole. It's like,
Yeah.
Is
Where,
it free?
where do I go in?
the one kid, he's all, is it a walkthrough maze? And I'm like, in character, I'm like, no. Then he went to you. Then he went to Nick.
Yeah.
And then he went to Michael. Then I guess they drove by and he's all, is it a walkthrough maze? I'm like, kid, it's a fucking display. I was like, get
Dude,
it through.
and I remember they drove away, and then the dad kicks him out of the car, and he runs up out of his car. Can we go in? I was like,
I don't know how many times.
Leave.
I don't know how many times I had to answer that question.
Yeah.
honestly.
So we're going to talk about one more thing that happened last year. And we're going to focus on the future plans of 1870 for 2021. So who's Chips?
the greatest character ever.
Well, Chips would be Adam, Michael's little brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
How did
it originated from one night.
And why did he get knighted? Like the name Chips. Why was that?
There, you might have to correct me on the story, but I believe there was one night where I believe Michael had bought chips for us to eat and wanted to snack on.
There was
And,
Pringles, right?
yeah,
It was
Pringles.
yeah.
Pringle canisters. I remember.
Sour
Yeah.
cream and cheddar Pringles.
Yeah, and all throughout the night, every time you caught Adam, he was munching on those Pringles.
And Adam was working kind of like
He was kind of like the go get it boy, like
the meet or greet table.
Yeah, he
Okay.
was
Like he'd
anything
watch
that.
the tips, the candy.
Yeah. And
goodie
if we
bags.
needed a picture at the photo op, he would,
He
do
would
it.
take it. Yeah.
And I remember I was, doing my character and everything, and these people needed a photo, right? So he was at the table, and he was over there, and I was like, "Hey, Chips! Hey, Chips! Get over here, Chips!"
You guys, I remember Nick called them Chippy, and then and then Jeff did a British voice. You're all, get with it, Chips. I fucking lost it, and I was laughing. And then they're like, can we do a photo op? And I was hiding. I'm hiding the fog because I can't keep a straight face right now. And the rest of the time, I'm like, we're just talking trash to him because we just talk trash to him as Adam. But as soon as he got named Chips, I'm like, get your ass and take the photo, Chips.
Yeah.
And we pretend I'm beating him up, and it just it stuck. And I remember, I forget who it was. It was like Parks and Cons. One of the YouTubers that covers the events. They had all the monsters and Michael out there, and we're gonna do a photo op. You guys are down. I'm up top on the landing by the house. And then the guy who's taking the photo, he's like, "Oh, can we get Chips in the photo as well?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Chips, can you get closer?" He's like, "My name is Chips."
My name's Chips.
And then eventually, Chips became a character of 1870.
Yep.
He was like a newsboy. He looked like a little person actually.
That's what I drew his character off, was a paper boy, like a newsboy.
And his actual bag where he would carry the papers said Chips. So
Yep.
did his mask, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Then he has like a blood.
And he actually has chips drawn in blood under his eye or on his forehead, on his mask that I made for him. Yeah.
If there's ever a spin-off, like a haunt attraction or maze of 1870s, it's gonna be the origin of Chips.
Yes.
Yeah. It's gonna be like one little boy's obsession with snack foods. And like he dies eating chips or something. I shouldn't say that. Like something. It's like he like chokes on a chip and then he like haunts like the manor or something.
One little paper boy's fateful demise with a can of Pringles.
Pringles. He's just like a ghost walking around. His Pringle can is a shaker can. It's like I like chips.
It could be a Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah, that could be the shaker cans would be chips. So, anyways, enough of that. So, what is the future plans? What can we expect from 1870 Haunt Manor in 2021?
a scary question to me because that's it's a big year for all of us.
Mhm.
You know, we have a lot of big plans. I'm not going to reveal too much.
Okay.
But I will say is we're getting more immersive because one thing I critique myself pretty heavily, and last year I don't feel we lived up to the expectation of immersive.
Okay.
So we're gonna try to get more immersion to our fans, to our crowd. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay. So you definitely want to keep it secretive.
But I'm gonna say we've been working on a new theme, or not a new theme, the same theme, our same storyline. Expect a very we're gonna come out with our storyline on our characters, and you're gonna build a relationship with everyone. Because like I said, we had 3 awesome characters last year, and now it's time for us to kind of capitalize on that and explain what's the significance of all this, and so
Okay.
that's what you can expect this year. So yeah, that's working on that.
So what you could say is there's definitely going to be more character development and storyline, which the people could be more immersed or involved with.
Correct. And I've been really thinking this out for the past 2-3 months. Even though we're not building or we're not posting any build updates or anything like that, there's still a lot of behind the scenes work that has been going on. Just because we're quiet doesn't mean we're not busy.
Definitely, you're definitely building up a buzz and keeping it somewhat secretive, which I don't mind. It's actually kind of fun. So
Yeah.
So what's going on with the Creepy Real Expo?
Yeah, let's get right into that. So September 12th, we will be at the Creepy Real Expo in Santa Ana at the Heritage Museum. Come catch our characters and a small preview haunt of what's to come at our main haunt this year. We're going to be right next to our brothers at Corona Haunt. So yeah, it's going to be a great event. You're going to have a lot of vendors, food trucks, some great haunts. I know, like I said, Corona Haunt will be there. The Great Phantom will be there. Who else? We have FAV Vision Productions will be there. A lot more haunts will be there. Just showcasing what they got going on this year. So
Cool.
something to look forward to. Like I said, we're going to start building soon. We're going to start kind of releasing some announcements pretty soon. So
Okay.
stay tuned for that. Yeah, we're all getting ready for the season, and I think haunt season has officially begun as of now.
I
it's
definitely
buzzing.
I definitely feel like it has, with all the events popping up, and we're all the haunt people, civilians, or like the haunters.
Yeah.
It's just you start getting that fever right around this time.
Right.
We're getting that buzz. I'm looking forward to it. It's a new year. Like you said, we can't share necessarily what it is, but the storyline's developing, the characters are developing, so there'll probably be more immersion as far as I can say.
Yep. Right.
Okay. We're not going to share more about 1870, so we're going to cut it short right here. Just to keep it secret. I normally in every episode with the fantasy question.
Okay.
And then I have a question for each of you individually. So it could be any scenario, any timeline, any period that you choose. So I'm gonna start with Jeff because I've been kind of going in that order. If you could go back and relive any haunt experience as a scare actor, which haunt would it be and why? Like, would you go back to the Mist in 2019? Would you go back to your first year at 1870, or would you go back to a Scary Place in 2018? If you could relive it, what character would it be and why? Like, it could be any preference.
It's a tough one. You know what? To be totally honest, you know what I'd like to go back to?
What's that?
I'd like to go back to the days when I was like 7 and 8 years old,
Yeah, it could be that.
and doing home haunt, like backyard haunts with my dad.
Okay,
That was so fun.
that's where it started, huh?
With 2x4s, tarps, and easy ups, man.
Mm-hmm.
We put so much effort into that, and we had mazes where it was like every room was a different theme. There was like an alien hallway and a clown room, and I would be throwing on a costume for one room, scaring people, changing a costume, running into another room and scaring the same group of people.
Oh wow.
Like I was having a freaking blast. I would go back to those days if anything, man. That shit was fun.
Those are your fondest memories.
That's
Yeah.
nostalgic right there.
Yeah, that was the best. And one of the funny story about those days, because it was so goddamn janky. At one point, we were actually on the old school SoCal haunt list back then.
Oh wow.
Really?
So people actually would, came down, from far away to see us, and there was actually people that had come down to see us, and they went through and they came out and they said, "Hey guys, that part of your maze where you had to crawl through was amazing." Because back then nobody was doing crawl through shit.
Yeah,
back then.
especially at a house. Yeah.
Yeah, right. And then we're all like, "What? You had to crawl through? What are you talking? What part of the maze was that? What are you talking about?" And we went and checked, and a part of our maze had fallen down.
It's all. Oh my god, this is so immersive.
But it was in such a way where you could still get through it.
Yeah.
So it was like it was supposed to be like that.
Did you leave it that way?
No,
You're like, let's just leave it like that the rest of the year.
they had actually came at the end of the night, so we had to reopen for them.
Okay.
But we did it only because they drove so far. But I was just like,
Yeah.
it fell down.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was just the funniest memory that I have of those days. But yeah, I would go back to those days for sure. That was just the fondest memories I've ever have of actually haunting.
Okay, I could totally relate to that. Go back to the early years. So
Yeah,
okay.
and then and totally just like the bonding with your dad and everything, and
I get it.
we had like other family friends and my uncle involved and everything would come down and throw on a werewolf mask sometimes. It was fun. My cousin would come sometimes.
One of my earliest memories doing a home haunt. Like my dad actually let me do it in the front lawn and like come into the living room a little bit, and then we had kind of like these saloon style doors went from the kitchen to the dining room. They weren't supposed to go in there, and my dad Monday. Halloween landed in on Monday, and I think it was like Monday Night Football. And my dad was a diehard Rams fan. And like you hear my dad yelling, "God damn it, Rams!" I'm all, "Dad, you're killing the immersion." I did probably say immersion. I'm like, "Come on, Dad." So sons of bitches. So like you hear this grown man yelling at the TV, which is full blast, because he had the TV full blast. So I'm trying to be like this ghoul. I bought like a cheesy costume, whatever. And you hear my dad yelling at the TV watching Monday Night Football. God damn it. Yeah, that was my pops, So yeah, so I could totally relate to that. So. Okay, Nick, your question, and it could be just because I throw it out there, it could be whatever you want. So
Yeah.
you have an opportunity to work in any scare zone or haunt. That's probably my phone. Any scare zone or haunt, any era, anyone you never experienced, and anyone. Let's say it could be something that you heard of, you actually never experienced yourself. What would it be and why?
I really like the hollows at Scary Farm
Okay.
because the ground there is so slick, and I just like sliding so much and just getting so much speed and just sliding so far so fast. And
Okay.
I know that the hollows ground is so good for that.
Okay.
And
Would you do like old school Camp Snoopy like years ago, or would you actually want it to be the theme like the Hollows?
I really love the hollows because I remember the first like scary costume I ever did was like an old like ratty ass scarecrow
Okay.
and sliding in that. Yeah, I just love the hollows and the scarecrow kind of theme, like the woods kind of
Okay.
and all that. But anything with like a good floor for sliding, that's where I'd want to be
Okay.
like every time.
Funny story about scarecrows. So we went to me and Krista went to Halloween. What, did you hear about this story?
Yes.
Yeah. We went to Halloween last year. Taste of Halloween in Knott's. They had no monsters. They had characters. There was like a scarecrow on stilts just blending in with the corn husk. He bent down and just tipped his hat. I jumped. I was like, oh, shit.
I don't know, it might not have been the same guy, but that same guy
Yeah.
got my nephew too.
Okay. Yeah. The dude just tipped his hat. And I was like, I wasn't expecting that. And I was all eating candy. I was like, he scared the hell out of me. I love that. I love that scare zone. I love Punk Bean Eater. I love the colonial vibe and all that.
Yeah.
That scares. I love the hell out of that scare zone when they do like the colonial march through
Yeah.
it, and they're like, and they're all marching like, get away from here, peasants, get away.
Yeah.
I love it when
I love
they
that.
capture the witches. Yeah.
I
That's
love that. That's so awesome to experience.
I really hope they develop that area. So
Yeah, like I remember another time I was like sliding. I was at the Cerritos haunted jail, and they would turn
remember
the
that.
jail cells into like a maze, and they'd take people down like an elevator, and the floors that they had in there, they weren't polished, but like just the finish on them slid so well. And I remember just like that was the first time like sliding for an actual haunt stuff,
Okay.
and I remember just dropping, and I slid so fast, I hit the wall so hard.
no.
Wow.
Like I'm pretty sure I put a dent in the door after that one, but like
Face plant.
Oh
The
yeah.
last time I went to Vegas.
That was a RG. Dude, that story is funny.
Jesus.
But yeah, I just remember like I didn't even get that much. I didn't run that fast. I just dropped and I was just walking and I just dropped and went for a slide.
That was an RGC event, huh?
Yeah.
It was, right? Yeah.
I had the worst makeup ever. I have pictures. I'll show you all later.
Terrible.
But
You probably seen worse on the streets somewhere with some of these women.
Oh, jeez.
Haunt hose.
Let's be real. Some of these, I'm breaking my mouth shut too. All right, move along. Okay, Michael, your fantasy question. So, and I'm sorry, it's supposed to be a time portal that opens up here and you guys can walk through it. That's what I forgot to say. So, a time portal opens up here in the apartment. You see a drafting table, and you have either old school drafting utensils or tools, and you see a laptop with all the software you have, you need or have. What do you build and why? Do you revamp an old haunt? Do you build your own? Or are you part of the build team of one of the haunts you've experienced that you love? What would it be?
Are you aware of the facade they did for Paranormal Inc. at Not Scary Farm?
What was it called? Something Asylum.
Oh, it's Hayden Hill Asylum.
There you go.
Yeah, that's okay. I can't confirm this, but yeah, that I would absolutely just expand to that facade because that is like my favorite facade ever. Like
The double doors, I
They
love
did
that.
an amazing job on that.
And this is over a Scary Farm, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
That one, I would completely just. You know how it's a small snippet of that wall it's on, that metal wall? I would make it the size of that whole wall.
Oh, wow.
It's that, I love it. It's great.
Do you know the majority of that's foam?
Majority of it's, yeah, like the, I know the brickwork, that's got to be foam.
It's got to be foam.
Yeah,
Okay.
So that's a lot of foam. Like the exterior is a lot of it's foam, yeah.
Excuse me.
Were you going to Scary Farm when they had the Voodoo Maze?
No.
I went
how
there
about
for
you?
the
Oh,
last
I remember the
year.
Voodoo Maze, yeah.
That was probably one of my favorite facades. The Voodoo house, the big house that they had.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question. Do you guys know what they do with the facades when they're done with them? Like, say, Trick or Treat? Where does it go?
I know they keep the brick kind of.
They probably reuse the lumber.
Oh, yeah.
I remember
definitely.
when I first started doing home haunts, I was like, how do they do that? And I spent like an hour online researching what they did with these facades. I was like, is it for auction?
I know there's a warehouse where they store a lot of things.
Yeah.
Don't quote me, there's like warehouse 19 or something.
Uh-huh.
But who knows? Maybe some of that stuff ends up in storage and it just gets reused again. Or let's say they revamp an old haunt.
Because I know when the main haunt is Scary Farm, and Scary Farm or Not Scary Farm is owned by Cedar Fair, and then when they're done at Scary Farm, they go to different Cedar Fair haunts.
Oh, really?
I think that's
Wasn't
what
aware of that. Okay.
Okay.
Because I know the Paranormal Inc. facade is like half painted on that warehouse.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So then, yeah. But I know that's like one of their key mazes. So it's like those don't go away.
Isn't Castle Park Cedar Park dude?
No.
Castle-
Castle Park. Wait, is it? No. The golf course?
Yeah.
It's a theme park in Riverside. They do haunts there too.
Don't they have a golf course too? Or am
Well,
I
it's like
mistaken?
mini golf.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. Well, anything you want to plug, Jeff?
Anything I want to plug? No. I mean, my Instagram maybe. Creep X cosplay on Instagram.
I'll have it on the podcast description as well. So
So I mean, if you want to check out my costumes or any of the other things that I create, you can go check that out. But
People need to check out Chip's costume, the one you made for him.
Chips, yeah.
yeah, you can
That's
find
insane.
Chip's costume on there, the Paperboy costume on there. Some videos and footage of that.
Cool. Nick, anything you want to plug?
Just my Instagram, Nick_Chernock and _Spookman.
We got to acknowledge Nick's award, Viewer of the Year.
Oh, can we say that on here?
I'm just kidding.
Do you know that joke?
Well, we'll tell you off mic.
We'll tell you after.
There's something amongst the chat, the boys.
Did we tell you we passed your headquarters the other day?
Yeah, we saw it off the 101 by Universal Studios. Yeah.
Oh,
It's like-
I know what that headquarters is. Okay.
Yeah, nobody's gonna know listening to the podcast besides us. So yeah, the souls of the manor.
I know what the award is automatically. So
Yeah, so
just from hearing the headquarters.
All right, Michael, anything you want to plug?
Yeah, just plug our Instagram at 1870_haunt_manor.
Okay.
Follow us for build updates and, all that good stuff, announcements. Hopefully we get a website built soon, or, sell some apparel as well. So stay tuned. Yep.
Anything else you up to, Michael, besides building the haunt?
Yeah, I'm up to a lot of, I do graphic design on the side as well. So I do a lot of, work for you and stuff like that. So yeah.
So if someone wants some graphic designing work done, like a thumbnail or like a banner or some logos for shirts, where can they get a hold of you?
Get a hold of me at, can you? No, you can't. No. I was going to say it's a long Instagram name, so I don't want to.
You can say it, but it's going to be in the podcast description. So
okay, it's at Michael Myers on Instagram. So yeah, just hit me up, DM me, email me. My email's on there. If you need any graphic design work, marketing or brand design, just hit me up. Yeah.
If you guys want to see some of his examples of work, he's created the last few thumbnails for the podcast, and he's done work for other people as well. So if you're interested, you could definitely hit him up. Everyone's description, where to find him on Instagram, will be in the podcast description. That's it. This is episode 17 with the cast and crew of 1870 Haunt Manor. I might butcher that. Wow. Thanks, guys, for coming on. I'm looking forward to Haunt season this year. Looking forward to the new concept design for characters and storyline, and hope to see you guys there. All right, guys, have a good one.
Thanks for having us.
No problem. Thank you.
You've once again barely escaped the clutches of the Creepcast with Rick Creeper. Next time, you may not be so lucky. To find out more about the Creepcast and Rick Creeper, follow Rick on Instagram at RickCreeper11. Until next time, be sure to keep that lantern light burning.